What is up, everybody? Jaco here today, and today I have a lot to talk about. Tons and tons to talk about. You guys are like, yo, Jake, spill the tea. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. A little bit of both. So I want to go into this. I'm not. Go. Come on. Okay, never mind. Jeez Louise, man. I can't. I want to go into this. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not here to talk crap. I'm not here to say bad stuff about a significant other. I just want to get right into it. Me and my baby mama are no longer together. We haven't been for a little bit now. It's been on and off. I think Texas itself has taken such a toll on our relationship, and it's very unfortunate because we came here as a family with a bigger house, and I thought it was going to result in happiness, and people just like standing in the middle of the street. It's like, you going or you not? So that being said, we have plans to move back to Florida in April. However, the plan is not to move together. We will be separate. We will be in a separate home. And I did biceps today, by the way. We'll be in a separate home, living separate lives. The good thing is that I'm managing to help her get a place that's roughly 5 to 10 minutes away from me. So that means I will be spending time with my daughter every day, whether it's I go there or I pick her up. It all depends how I am in my relationship with whoever I am in at the time. So that is the bad / unfortunate news. Now you might say, are you guys still going to talk? Are you guys still friends? What's the deets? Well, the situation is I want to be her friend, and when she's upset with me, she doesn't want to be my friend. But at the end of the day, we do have a 14-month-old daughter that needs her parents. And if we're not together, the least we can do is be 100% cordial and respectful to each other. This way, our daughter grows up, quote unquote, as properly as possible, or as good as possible, or happy as possible. I don't want my daughter to be miserable, because my daughter is my entire life. I would end my life in 2 seconds for her. I just love her so much. So that being said, I would love to still somewhat be a organized family. I know it sounds weird, but with us both being single, I don't see why we can't do it. And if we do both get into separate relationships with other people, then we still have to be cordial. We still have to be respectful. And if I do meet a girl, I would love for her to meet my baby mama, and they have mutual respect for one another. Now, I know that sounds like a very difficult thing, and you have to be very big to put your ego aside to let that happen. And if my baby mama met a man and I didn't feel like he was good to her or around her or my daughter, I would never let that happen. I don't even care what she said. I would end up going to court, fighting for custody, and say that this person has, honestly, if she dates somebody and they're serious, I would get a background check on that person. That's how serious I am about caring about my daughter. So that being said, that's where I'm at with it. So when I do go back to Florida, unfortunately, I'm not moving to an area where it's populated, so it's going to be harder dating. I'm going to have to be willing to travel, or somebody willing to come to me, but I do not want anybody living with me anytime soon. That's the last thing I want. I'm not going to rush into anything at all. When I do get to Florida, I actually do want to film content with other people. So that's that. Good news is I did sign a contract on a house in Florida. I got a really good deal on the house. The bad news is I still don't have a contract on my house, but a mortgage guy, quote unquote, for the company says that I can get the mortgage without selling my house. I am borrowing a lot of money from my parents, but recording will be stopped. No, hopefully it's still going. I will be borrowing a lot of money from my parents to get this house, and then when my house sells, I'll be able to pay my parents back. But that being said, I hope I can get the house. And now I look at it like this. I do have an offer on my house, but it's literally $40K under under asking price. So I say to myself, I have until like mid-April to sell my house after I move to this house. But even if it doesn't sell, you know, I pay an extra $3,500 a month. Even if I pay that for 3 months and it's $10,500, and I sell it for $20,000 more than that other offer, then I didn't lose out that much. And the house, yeah, it would be sitting, but at the same time, I would be getting a better offer. It'll be empty, it'll be clean, it can be shown anytime. So that's where I'm at with that. Now, here's some more bad news. I did have a house that I signed for, that I was supposed to be with my baby mama, and we were supposed to get together and she was supposed to help me out, and that didn't go through, and I have $10,000 invested in there. And I said to them, I was like, because the problem is with that house, it keeps getting delayed, they keep getting backed up. So that was supposed to be done in February, March, and is now backed up to May. And I was telling them, I'm like, yo, I have multiple offers on my house, I'm ready to move, you know, in the next month or two, and your home isn't ready. And they're like, well, your money's forfeited, that's construction, that's life, you have to deal with it. And I'm like, listen, you guys are telling me that I have to be pretty much homeless until that house is done. Yeah, you can get a hotel, yeah, you can get an Airbnb, yeah, you can get a rental. But number one, I have 4 dogs, and if I did move with my baby mama, she has 2 kids, and we have a 14-month-old baby. How the heck are we gonna make that happen? So I went back to them and I was like, listen, you should take $10,000 off the price. And you know, it's just a bluff to see if they'll take money off, but to help me get an Airbnb. But the point is that it's just $10,000 is a lot of money. And my realtor is willing to give me 1% back on the new house, but that's 1% of the purchase price, which is only like $4,000. That's not even close to $10,000. So that being said, it's a lot going on right now. I do want to go back to Florida. I do like the house that I'm purchasing or have a contract on. I do like the area. It's a little farther out west than I want to be, but it's still not too far. It's only about 8 minutes to my gym instead of the 10 it is here. But it's where I want to be. It's a nice 1-story house, plenty of space for me, plenty of space for my daughter and my dogs. And you can have a solid fence, and I have no side neighbors, so those are all positive things. So regards to my relationship, what went wrong there, I don't want to get into it too much because who knows who's watching this. Maybe my baby mom's watching this. I'm not going to sit here and blame her because I do have my own issues. When I get back to Florida and I get my health insurance, I'm going to go down the route of getting therapy for myself because I need to figure out what exactly I want out of a relationship and why I don't always give 100% through and through my relationships, meaning that after a year or so, I just lose interest. I just get bored. I lose attraction to people very easily. So I'm going to sit here and point out my flaws because I'm a very honest, genuine person, and I'm literally okay with saying, hey, listen, these are my problems, these are my flaws, and because at the end of the day, it's the truth, right? So I need to learn how to be more romantic. I need to learn how to be more of an extrovert and go out and do things and be spontaneous. I feel like my dogs are an excuse for me to always be inside and never go out and never do things. And I need to do things. I'm 29 years old. And hopefully, you know, even though we're not together, we can still do things together, such as go to the Rapids, which is a water park in Florida, such as go to Disney World or whatever, because I want my daughter to experience these things. And I want to do it with me and my baby mama to show her that, hey, even though we're not together, we're still friends, right? We're still your parents. And I want them to see that just because we're not together, we're not miserable people. And at the end of the day, you know, honestly, if a year goes by and we're both not seeing anybody and we both worked on ourselves and we both went to therapy, I don't mind trying it again. I really don't. And that's going to be detrimental if anybody sees this that I'm talking to. But at the end of the day, I do want to be with my baby mama. But at the same time, we both need work. We do, and it's not going to happen together. It's not going to be possible in the same house. So I will respect her space for an entire year. She'll respect my space for an entire year because she's getting a rental. And a year from now, if we are not with somebody else, you know, maybe we get back together and do couples therapy. I mean, some people be like, why not do couples therapy right now? I don't think we're both willing to admit that we're wrong to each other and say what we need to fix and actually fix that. I think it's both of us. I think we're two very selfish people and need to figure things out on our own. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys have been following me on my Twitter, a lot of new stuff coming. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram, Jake Orion Official. And thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care.